Hello, Joe. Yeah, one of them no sleep night. I, we get that echo out of here anyway. What are you doing up this late? When I get on, guess it's that late out there, is it? Oh. Hello, Daniel. Yeah, it's 1:18 here. Yeah, I know, in about 4 hours. Daniel, how you getting along tonight? You playing with YouTube? Oh, you done called it a day then, huh? B12. Wow. I tell you what, you really got to be a hoss, or you got to have a lot of money to play that game now. When I was a young buck, we used to fool with the drag racing, and even went to the Winter National down in Florida and won our class in it. But back in them days, you could, yeah. Back in those days, a good mechanic, a good driver, and you could compete. Boy, nowadays it'd take $1 million to compete in that class. Yeah, just show and blow, huh? I haven't got into that yet. Lord, I got so many projects going now, I can't keep up with all of them. Not bragging, but I can build just about anything. But or fabricating something, but yeah, that sure gets you off in a lot of projects too. The only metal projects I'm off in right now is I know that feeling. I sort of got off in playing with them airboats and the smaller ones, and that, I've got some work I need to do to one of them and change the engine out on it. I hadn't got around to it. You ought to have a stack of rocks. They give them puppies plenty to play with. How far did you have to drive to go to that funeral? When I was on the road delivering them RVs, my wife would stop at most of the mountain states. You know, the road to run right beside a creek, and we'd stop there. Oh, that wasn't too bad then. My wife has picked a couple rocks up, and that crazy black lab that went with us, he'd pick a couple rocks up. Well, my poor old truck would be plumb full of rocks in the back. But what she did, put them in flower beds and well, I can't even think. Aquariums. She had 2 or 3 of these big 100-and-something gallon aquariums, and she put them rocks in there. Oh, all right. Looks like me and you about the only ones up tonight. Petrified poop. Now, you have to educate me on that. You know, that's one place I want to go back to. I ran by it 100 times. Is oh, okay, that petrified forest down there in Arizona and New Mexico. I drove by it. I don't know how many times. I go drive through that thing sometime. Places here in Texas, that petrified wood everywhere. Yeah, I had to watch that. Wow. A petrified wood or something else? I had to find a few chunks and throw in if I get to come up to that Oregon meetup. Give you some Texas petrified wood. I had an uncle that could take crap and turn it into money. He was just that kind of guy. And he bought a 600-acre ranch. Hello, Carl. How you doing? How the girls doing tonight? All right. The But he bought that ranch, and it was his floodplain. I mean, it was a swamp. And he figured out how to go in there and cut a 6-inch ditch and drain that thing. And when they got back in there with it, there were whole trees petrified in that thing. He sold enough petrified wood off that thing to play for his ranch. Oh, all right. That's right. Y'all did that last year, didn't you? Carl, are you doing okay tonight? You sound like me. I was really sleepy and laid down and couldn't go to sleep, so I got back up. You talking about at the rock show? Have you ever been down to Quartzsite, Jaws? Lord, you'd been in heaven down there and all the rock places they've got. They've got some huge buildings down there. Yeah. Well, I hope you don't need bail money either, Carl. You sound like me, Scott. I can for a little bit, and then that's about it. I'm not a crowd person. I like people, but I'm just not into the crowd. I think I had to fool with the public every day for so many years that they caused a lot of that. Now, you got our curiosity up. What would you need bail money for, Carl? Yeah, you can get some idiots, that's for sure. Okay. Yeah, I got some videos half made. I need to settle down and work on them. I've got a bunch of them, about half done, and I just need to do something different with it. Yeah. Well, I haven't really been doing this but about a little over a year. I mean, I was on YouTube, but I wasn't doing anything. And man, I've got over 1,000 videos up. Oh, that's a neat, Carl. I got a new setup for phone and using a phone camera and a directional mic and stuff that I bought. I haven't even put together yet. It is going to help on some of my videos. Well, they'd rather see you. I mean, rather see your daughters than they had to see you, Carl. You're about like I am. I've got several cameras, but I bought another phone here a while back, and the camera in that phone's better than my regular camera. You need to get quality photographs of them rocks too, though, a little different than I am. I know that feeling too, Carl. When I was working all the time, I weigh about 190, somewhere in that neighborhood. I'm about 6 foot tall. I wore 28 Levi's. Since I started retired and quit working hard and climbing and everything, now I weigh 235 and wear a 34 Levi. I sure need to drop about 40 pounds. But that's the only bad part about full-time RVing. All I got to do is just turn around and the icebox is right there. I can't believe as many people come to these lives as they do. I'm like Ray, and I don't know why people watch this. Yeah, well, running lives, that's hard to do. I still get up every morning and look in the mirror and think, who the hell is that old fart? You're smart on your stuff though, Jaws. It's mainly about the rocks and cutting it and that kind of stuff. And I'm into so many different things that it makes it sort of hard to post. Hell, I'm lazy too. The lives like I run are easy, you know. Yeah, and we always enjoy you coming in, Carl. Yeah, I guess I'm different than most people on this YouTube. I don't care if I ever get monetized or anything. It just I just sort of do it to visit with folks and met some interesting people. Oh yeah, I'm working on it. Like right now, I've been sort of started a project. I'm not a prepper, but I do believe in being. Nah, you got to be a huge channel before you can do anything, and then YouTube keeps even cutting those boys. I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about that Rumble. I'm gonna have to go check that out. But I got started on these quail, and I decided I was gonna. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. You can do that pretty quick. But I like the motorcycles, and I like to build stuff, and then like on the quail. What got me started on them quail was that I'm allergic to chicken eggs, and I'd read that the quail eggs not supposed to bother you. So that's what got me started. And then I like to eat kept quail. Mmm. Okay, well, I hope that all works out, Carl. But I want to put 100 quail in the freezer. So I've been sort of had to build cages and everything else for that. But one let down. And I did pickle some eggs. I like those. It takes about 4 of them quail eggs to equal a big chicken egg. But they've got a better taste to them to me. And those pickle eggs I put up, uh, really shouldn't eat any of them for another 4 or 5 days, but I've tried a few of those. Damn, they're good. I can see doing them. Once you pickle them, you put them in an ice box, they're supposed to stay a year. So, hello, Janice. How you doing tonight, girl? Carl, have them girls had them seizures ever since they were born, or they just started, or what? Hey, T, how you doing, lady? Yeah, most of the same people are asleep. I keep. What time is it over there, Janice? Huh? I'll be dang. Oh well, you ought to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, Janice. Yeah, that's getting pretty fine, T. On your laptop? Steve, refresh my memory. Where are you at? What state? Oh, you. Yeah, I will after a while. Huh, that is wild. I had my ex-son-in-law married a little old gal. Indiana, okay. I'm not a sir. I'm not that old. My daddy was a sir. I know I got to be a smart aleck. But I was starting to talk. That son-in-law of mine married a little old gal, and his daughter never had any problem. And she turned about 17, and all of a sudden started having seizures. And she went for about 2 years, and then she straightened out. She hadn't had any in a long time. It's sort of weird. I know here a few weeks ago, well, I know it's nothing like your daughter's, but old Rocky had a seizure. And it surprised me, first one he's ever had. Never has had another one. Tia, you been doing anything worth talking about, girl? Mm. Yeah, it's time to be. Well, he about a month before that he took a hit in the head when he jumped off one bed and went into that cabinet. That knocked him out cold. Well, that's a full time job helping somebody, that's for sure. That's what we'll start talking about with Carl, with his daughter. Oh, well, I hope he's getting over it. Back surgery's not fun. Now, hell, he's just a young pup. I can't believe I'll turn 77 at the end of this month. I'm going to have to live to about 150 to get everything done I want to try. Ooh, yeah, I imagine. Yeah, that's right, Janet. I'll be a charter member. Wow, that's a long time. Have you got any background of being part of it might be hereditary, Carl? Oh, excuse me, Carl. Most of my family are pretty long lived. My dad, he passed away in the 60s, but early 60s. But my mom was 86, I think. And on my dad's side, nearly all of them people are in their 90s. All his brothers and sisters, he was the oldest one. But all his brothers and sisters are in their 90s, still up going 900 miles an hour. My grandmother, well, both my grandmothers, lived to be 99, and both of them were mad because they got sick and wasn't going to make 100. Oh, great. Yeah, I'm afraid I am, T. I don't feel like I am. Feel like I'm about 20, but I look in the mirror and know better than that. Yeah, sometimes hereditary stuff gets mixed up in stuff. Oh, thank you, darling. I will send you a check. But my dad had never been sick a day in his life. I don't guess he'd ever been in hospital for anything. And my mom had heart problems ever since she was pretty young. So we always figured something was going to happen to her first. And I think she outlived my dad 15, 20 years. You think she's getting a bad picture? His medical deal, something else. Is one that they hadn't killed my mom. They told her she had some heart problems that if it ever kicked out, she was just gone. Oh, damn. That is a bunch. Janice ain't gonna give me a break. She wouldn't know how to act. Mm, dang, that's a bunch of seizures. Yeah, me and Janice. I don't know. I guess we picked on each other ever since we got on these lives, haven't we, Janice? I hadn't asked you in a while. Is your knee doing pretty good, Janet? Yeah. Well, sound like your dad's doing pretty good, T. I'd take a little pressure off you, won't it? Well, I'm glad. I always figure after coming in here that makes people appreciate the good folks when they see them. Now that's why my knee's doing real good, but I sort of watch what I'm doing. Sometimes when I stand up. Well, that's good. I know there for a while you were really tied down. Mm. You be getting plumb froggy getting that much rest, T. Oh, that's great. Yeah, we sure did. Damn, that deal Paula put up of her and her sister in Cuba made my back hurt the ready she was. She looked like a lobster. Mm. That's one thing I'm lucky about. I can get out in the sun and I turn red for a little bit, and then it turns into a tan. When I was working all the time outside in the summertime, I'd get past tan, just get bronze, and my hair would get plumb blonde. Get, I never have been sunburnt but one time, and that was right across the top of my shoulders. I guess I'm lucky that way. Well, but there's something else. No, it wasn't Paula Dean. T. Yeah, she got a channel on here. You probably seen her. Paula Dean. I hadn't thought about her in a long time. Yeah, cooking dude. I think the reason I tan so much is those welders, that light they put off is ultraviolet. It's like just like being in a suntan booth. The way you talk when you were younger, Grant, you did a lot of water skiing. Oh, okay. Yeah. I go back and watch some of those every once in a while, Janice, and I still think they're the funniest damn thing. I wish I could get Paul and DJ to put on, because part of those are on DJ's channel and part of them are on Paula's channel. Is take all three of them and make a video out of it repost it. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is wrong with DJ. DJ just still won't hardly speak to me. And before that, boy, we did a lot of cutting up and going on. We'll have to get the addresses for you where you can watch those. It started off with the Canadian government putting a deal out for having safe sex during COVID, and it went from there. I'm glad to see Paula getting up and going again, though. I think that happens to a lot of women, though. It's when their kids get away from home and all of a sudden they're by themselves. And a lot of women have a hard time with that. There's another little old gal I watch that is, she lives up in, or built a house up in the mountains in Colorado. And she's really smart. She's a nice looking lady. But she does backpacking trips and all that kind of stuff. And she was about like Paula. She just disappeared when them two girls got old enough to not want to go again. Not going with her. And she was divorced, so all of a sudden she had this big house. There you go. Yeah, and that happens a lot. What they claim that most divorces happen within 2 weeks of when somebody gets married, or when they have the first kiddo, or when the kids get out of school. Well, in those videos, I laughed till I was hoarse. Kids can be a handful sometimes. Be like me too. My kids kept coming back, so I got them all out of the house at one time, and I moved. Well, you married too? I know I was getting personal, but I like that. Boy, some of them can be. I was lucky with my kids too. I had three good kids. They never did drink or dope too bad, or not at all that I know of. Well, that's good. I take my hat off to anybody can stay married. That's not easy to do. I was married for 28 years, but that was to 3 different women added together. Huh. That's the way it's been here the last couple of days, Janice. All of a sudden, wind started blowing. It just started raining like crazy. I think we're through with it now, though. Ooh, the first time I was married 3 years. The second time I was married, I don't know, 18, 19 years. No, it didn't bother me. And then this last marriage, it was a good one. Uh, I don't know. I guess it was 8 or 10 years my wife died. But hello, Diane. What are you doing, gal? Are you up too, huh? If you are, you've been intruding a long time. Oh, we were just laughing. T was talking about she'd been married 34 years. I said that was a pretty big accomplishment. I was married 28, but it was to 3 different women. Yeah, he done got quiet. Yeah, I think he did. What are you talking about? Shut up, Diane. Uh-oh, here come William. How you doing, Peace Dragon? I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, William, I laid down and couldn't go to sleep, and I cannot lay in a bed and not sleep. If I don't go to sleep pretty quick, I'll get up. Well, you better tell that gal to quit pinching you like that. That's the way I normally am, Janice. But like I say, if once in a while you get where you can't do that. Now I can't lay there if I can't go to sleep. My routine about going to bed is putting the coffee on, go remake the bed, and make sure Rocky ain't tore it up too bad. And me and Rocky will fight for a little bit, and then I turn over, and it don't take long to go to sleep. He's got where he thinks that's playtime. Treat. Rocky. Come here. Come here. That's my son, dog. He'd be happy. You ain't lying. Hey, you know, when I first got Rocky, they had 2 of them left. And I really wanted one that had the black eyes. And the other people there decided they wanted the one with the black eyes. And I started not to take Rocky. But now I like it white face on him. He's different. He is spoiled. But he's a smart dog. And I guess I spend so much time with him that yeah, well, he knows he gets one. So he'll get that one, and then he's already back up on the bed again. Your cat ain't cut you open again, has it, Diane? He is full of it. And he thinks everybody ought to want to play with him. The only bad habit he's got is I've never seen but 2 people he wouldn't have something with. Now, there was a guy come over here one day, and Rocky went to growling and backing up, and got right in front of me and sat there growling. I don't know what caused that. Oh, I guarantee you. Yeah, me and Rocky gonna have a fight in the next couple of days. I need to trim his toenails. He got 10 little razors. You have to get you another one, T. I lost a little dog about a little over a year ago now, and I wasn't gonna get another pet, but I really missed having one. That's when I got Rocky. Mm. Yeah, sometimes we gotta live with it, William. It's about the way with me and this knee. I tell you something, Janice. You were talking about watching your knee, and that's one thing I gotta thank YouTube for. I've always walked with my feet straight ahead. I didn't. They weren't flared out or flared in. But I was making a video with Rocky, and had just had the camera set up, and I got to watching myself walk, and I was that bad knee. I was kicking out to the side, kicking my foot out, and I was starting to have a bunch of trouble with my hip. And you gone, Carl? Well, I hope you get some sleep, buddy, and hope everything goes good at your party. But I sort of noticed I was kicking that foot out, and I started pointing it straight ahead. My hip quit hurting then. So I guess YouTube good for something. Yeah, tell them girls we said hello. Something happens if I don't see you between now and then. I hope that the CAT scans go well. I love it when they get on the computer and go to trying to type. That cracks me up. Ouch. Diane, that's crazy. I've got both shoulders been knocked out of place, and they used to really give me a hard time. But every time it really started getting bad on me, I'll pick that bow up and start shooting it. I guess it shoves them shoulders back into place or something. But I can shoot my bows every day for a while, and that really helps them. But it's like my arm. That's as far back as I can get my arm. I can lay down on my stomach and put both arms up, and you can set a pack of cigarettes under my shoulders where they just won't go back any further. Mercy. I sort of found that out accidentally. I got to shooting. Every year I'd shoot before we went deer hunting, and my shoulders wouldn't be bothering me. I quit shooting after deer season. In a couple months, my shoulders would be killing me again. Well, one year after deer season, I decided I was going to shoot a bunch of indoor tournaments, and so I started shooting year round. And when I did that, they my shoulders straightened up. I've lived with that so long, I don't even think anything about it to you. I can't complain. I pretty well do what the hell I want to when I want to. So, only thing I can tell about getting older is that I play out quicker. Still do what I used to do, but I just can't do it as long. And And no comments out of Janice or Diane now. Think it'd put you out of your misery, Janice? Yeah, I don't think I'll ever do that again. I never did like to run anyway. I've got one granddaughter. She's grown and married and got a kid now. But when she was in high school, she would get up every morning and run 5 miles. Just loved to run. I was just exactly opposite of that. I hated to run. Yeah, that happens. I see this select baseball and football and stuff that they put these kids through now. Young kids, and they're playing ball year round. And most of them play for about 4 or 5 years and they're still growing and they wind up hurting themselves or they can't play at all. And nobody was chasing her. She just liked to run. She had plenty of people chasing her. She's a pretty little old thing. That's the way I am, William. There ain't no way I wind up on the ground. And I do not want to hit that ground and break any more ribs. Did your ribs finally get all right, William? Makes a difference. What kind of sports were you playing, Janet? My son is about, he's not as tall as me. He's like 5'8", but he weighs about 250. But he's not fat. He's just stocky built. Yeah, I'll lay down on mine wrong. That's mainly about the only thing I've ever broken, them ribs. But that boy of mine is loves to play tennis, but he's too heavy, and I think he's had both knees worked on 4 or 5 different times. Well, my shoulders, how I messed them up with riding horses or breaking horses. I used to raise them and break them and train them. Of all them I did, I had one stallion that I raised up from a colt, and he's the one that messed both my shoulders up. about like they took that the rods out of the end of my thumb. I asked the doctor, I said, how you going to get them out of there? Because they were drove in the end of my thumb up in my wrist. He said, we're going to take a pair of pliers and pull them out. And by God, they wasn't lying. That doctor I had on that hand, he was sort of a religious fanatic. And I walked in there one day and he told me it wouldn't be too much longer to have to get them pins out. I walked in there one day and I said, you know, Doc, and his nurse was in there. I said, I know what a pregnant woman feels like. He said, what? I said, I know what a pregnant woman feels like now. I know it's going to hurt, but we got to get these damn things out of my hand. Boy, and it made him mad. I got a nephew that on the discus holds a state record here in Texas. Big old boy. That nurse was on the floor rolling when I said that, though. The doctor didn't think it was funny. I get in trouble with them doctors. We even talking about going to a chiropractor. I had strained my neck and that big tendon going up and down your neck. And they took this machine and it's electrical impulse and they put it on my neck, my shoulder, and they turned that thing on. And when that impulse would hit, it'd make that shoulder just be jumping like that. We got through one of those treatments one day and I told him, I said, hey, Doc, can I borrow that damn machine, carry it home with me this weekend? He said, what do you want to do with it? He said, you don't need another treatment till next week. I said, no, but I said, been married a long time. The old lady sort of slowing down a little bit. I figured I'd put one of them pads on each side of her rear end that things might really get to jumping and going right. Ooh, he didn't think that was funny either. After you got out of school, did you keep doing it, Janice? Ouch. I still think that might have been interesting. Okay. The only sport I ever really got, I played football and a little bit of basketball, not too much. I had that nerve in my neck that I could jump, start to shoot a basket, and if I moved my head just right, it was just like you run a hot rod down the back of my neck and my back got to hit the floor. So basketball didn't work out too good. Football, I played, was pretty good at it. And then we got a different coach and I didn't like, so I quit doing that. That's why I said I need to go bear hunting. I'm gonna get me a bearskin rug with the claws still on it. And things not getting wild enough, we just roll over on them claws and hang on. Be like that joke about one of us got to have some relief here. Mm. Yeah, that's one thing I always said I wanted to do is try a good winter night and a good fireplace and a bearskin rug. One I ain't never done. I'm going to have to go give me a bar, I guess. All them teeth on that bear's head make you damn sure we get the right orientation from the head anyway. Oh, me. Well, I'm starting to get sleepy now. I think I'm going to shut this thing down if it's all right with y'all. Put the coffee on and go fight with Rocky for a little bit. I appreciate y'all coming in. I hope y'all go to sleep too. You have a good night, T. And I'm glad your dad's doing better. Mm. Yeah, I could always put a ball about where I wanted to when I was playing baseball. All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.